Hey, I'm back in the States for a little while, and I'll get more into my personal affairs after I talk about Superman. And so, mainly, this is just to talk about Superman, realizing that it comes out the next week. July 11th. But I think people are already watching it or about to watch it soon, and that's really exciting for fans, I think. That's really great. Awesome. Good for you. Good for you. But I don't have that luxury. In fact, I didn't even do the Prime deal. I think there was like something, a Prime screening. Didn't do that. Don't have any early screenings. I'm going to watch it with the rest of humanity on July 11th. At first, I thought I was going to watch in Japan, but then, they're working on the house, and so came back, go there later on. But I think I'm going to be watching Superman in America, and so that's where we're going to do it. Haven't seen much trailers or teasers. I'm trying to avoid it. I'm avoiding social media as well. I think people are spoiling some things. I've decided not to spoil anything. I've decided not to spoil myself even to that point. I want to be surprised, and so I'm just giving you my thoughts before I get to see Superman. I am still excited to see it. There are some clips and stuff where I see where it looks a little bit more cartoony than I thought, but there are some cases where it really looks cool, but the colors definitely pop. It almost seems like the color kind of changed too. Like it went from a bluish hue to a more colorful, vibrant, which is fine. I think some of that, how that filter works in Suicide Squad may not totally work for the film, but definitely the film may be different, so you don't know what's going to be in marketing, what's going to be in the film. Don't know at all. I don't think there has been much spoiled, but if there was, I haven't seen it. Don't want to know, and I'm just wanting a good Superman movie. Okay, that's all I really care about coming out of this film. That I just want that feeling of like, yes, this is not a one and done. There's gonna be more. It is a world that wants to be fleshed out, and this is the exact same feeling I've had since every Superman movie I could possibly think of. When it came, when I was Superman 4, I didn't really think about the logistics of a new Superman movie or anything. I thought it just happens, right? But when Superman Returns came out, I really had that feeling of I want to see more. I want to see what's the next movie. They promised multi movies in that franchise. Never happened. I think it could have went somewhere pretty intriguing, pretty fantastic. Don't know. We'll never know. But when Man of Steel came out, I had the exact same feeling in a bit. But I also thought that no one's going to make a franchise out of anything anymore, But because of Marvel, actually, when they started expanding, they started making this whole cinematic universe, the possibilities just went crazy, especially when after watching Batman v Superman, and then you had Batman in, you had Wonder Woman in, and then they flashed real quick about the Justice League members, and you just, that as a fan, you just had that feeling of, yes, we're finally getting to see a cinematic universe of the DC, right? It's not just Batman by himself. It's not just Superman by himself. It's not just, at that time there was no Wonder Woman by itself. But when we started getting more movies, it gets you excited. That's the feeling. I know it's a new universe, and I know it sucks for the people who love the old universe. I want every universe to have its own universe. That's just me, because if more Superman, the better. It doesn't have to be a one type of Superman or the other type of Superman. More Superman is better in any universe, and so if this works, I am happy if it works. I am happy that there's more. Hopefully, there's more. I don't know about the box office. I did not read anything about that. I know there's probably people at this stage are probably spitting numbers left and right, as so in any movie, in any universe, in any fandom. It just happens. It's the same thing over and over. It's like a treadmill. You know, once you reach that point, we're gonna talk about the new costumes again. We're gonna talk about it always happens. I've been through this. We've been through this. You many times this same discussion, and so I feel it's rather kind of it's great to talk about it, but it's pointless to try to guess at this point, right? Because you know what happened to the Flash movie? Yeah. Remember how everybody was like, this is the best movie ever. I enjoyed the Flash movie. I still like it. I don't care what anybody says, but I get it. It was not for everybody. The whole Ezra Miller thing kind of killed it too. So it really, it was an interesting time, right? Black Adam, you know, all these things. And so it's like this, I hope this new Superman, you know, for the sake of the brand, for the sake of the S, I'm hoping it does well. Because we'll get more, right? I don't know what the next movie is. It could be Superman and Batman. We're going to do the whole thing, that the world's finest. It could be Superman and Supergirl versus Brainiac. It could be Superman with the Justice League. It could be Superman versus the Authority. It could be Superman, whatever. It could be anything. But the fact that we're starting this universe with the S, we're going to continue the universe with the S, and hopefully he is popular enough that we would get more, and finally a goddamn fucking video game would be nice. A video game with him as the lead, you get to fly around, that would be nice, right? That would be awesome. So hopefully this movie does well for the sake of the S. And that's where I'm getting at. Why am I hoping this movie? I'm already seeing it in the trailers and the teasers. There's lots of characters. It's a fleshed out universe. At least you hope it's a fleshed out universe. There's Superman in it. He gets to do the laser eye beams. He is the frost breath. He has super speed. He can fly. You know, he's got everything you need as a character for Superman. He's got Clark. You know, how he switches from Superman and Clark. The interaction with Lois Lane and the Daily Planet. You know, there's so much in here, including other DC characters. I hope it plays well together. I hope it feels like a comic book come to life. I hope I enjoy it. I hope it's funny. I hope it's emotional. And I hope it's badass. I hope it's badass. I hope it's got everything you loved in a Christopher Reeve Superman movie. Hope it's got everything you loved in a Superman Returns. Hope you got everything you loved in Man of Steel or Batman v Superman. All that into one single film. The emotional roller coaster that could get you through. I hope it all has that. Because I care about the S, and I want the S to succeed. There's a reason why I don't hang a bat behind my desk. There's so many opportunities for a Batman, and I want him to succeed as well. But he is succeeding as the Batman, right? Aren't they going to make I think the draft game already, it's official. The Batman Part 2 is going to be shot. And so it's definitely coming out. So he's great. He's all right. He's being taken care of. He's going to have a new version of him as well. But the S is so important to me. It's been important to me forever. And I really, really am hoping the very best for this guy. That's it. The music, the action, the score, whatever. It has to blow it. Hopefully it blows my mind. And hopefully it makes good box office numbers. Will it make good box office numbers? I don't know. I've kind of given up on that because whatever projection and tracking people tell you, it never really goes out that way. It either underperforms or overperforms. It really, they have no clue what it's really gonna do. All right. So most of the anticipation is from that. But granted, I myself, as a fan, have no control over box office, no control whether they're to make it more or whatever. All I can do is watch one movie at a time and anticipate the next movie and just give my thoughts on it to this camera in front of me, who I don't know, there's people behind there looking at me and not, but that's all I can do as a fan, is to live in the moment, live in the possibility for a great comic book DC cinematic universe, because my God, it's probably one of the only things aside from Godzilla that's still happening. Power Rangers is, hopefully not dead, but we haven't heard anything about that. Superman, DC's, hopefully it's gonna go well. Hopefully it's going to go well, and they don't put him on the sidelines like how they've done to Henry Cavill for so long. Hopefully they don't put Corey Sweat in the sidelines in the future, and they continue to utilize him in a way that Superman should be utilized in the future for the brand. So that's what I have. Okay, well that's it for my, I don't know if that qualifies as a rant or just my thoughts on the whole thing and my anticipation for the movie, but that's that. Now, a little bit of personal affairs. I bought a house in Japan. It's a vacation home for now. There are, I don't know, just toying around with moving or not. I'm not sure yet. I think mainly it's the kids that are keeping me here for now, because schooling over there, that costs a lot for private and wherever things. There's a lot of things in motion right now that I'm trying to figure out, but I am trying to build a business in Japan. So the first house done, saving for the next one and the next one and the next one. But yeah, so this may be different depending on when I have time to shoot. When I have time, I either be on my phone shooting myself, I don't know. But basically, this is just really a hobby for me. And so I'm kind of, I think people, I'm not sure why people watch me, but it's just like, I don't know how much I want to get into knowing so much more about the movie before it comes out. I feel like I may ruin it for me, and I'm potentially ruining it for somebody else if I get into too, talking about what people are saying online. So I'm not sure where we're headed with this, but maybe after watching Superman, I'll get back into it a little bit more, or maybe I kind of like the feeling of not being able to have to be online so often and know everything ahead of time. I think it's kind of nice not knowing everything ahead of time. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen then for that. But yeah, before this video gets any longer, that's my final thoughts on the whole thing. Excited for the DC universe. Hopefully Superman is great, and I'm have some things that's going on as well. So that's it. That's all I had to say. That's all I will say until Superman comes out, and then I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to give you my thoughts on that. All right, unedited, just no clipping, no cutting. This is just going to go out as it is. All right. Have a great 4th of July weekend, and I'll see you next time after I've watched Superman.